I think at the end of the day, it's really a catch-22 because we need each other. As an artist, if you release something new or you have an album or you have a project or you have a launch of something, you need the media to kind of publicize it for you. So that is you going to them. So for you to expect that, I'm going to stand here and lie and say that it was easy when I started. I started when I was 18, turning 19. And at that time, I thought everything was black and white. Like, you know, if you portray yourself in a certain way, then people are going to treat you in a certain way. But sometimes
R&B presser ahead of the big event on the 25th of May this year, and we're here standing with the sensational Sanaipei Tande, who will also be performing there. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm alive and kicking and very grateful.
You look absolutely amazing.
Thank you. I try sometimes, you know.
So just continuing with the questions that were being asked during the presser, we were talking about how Kenyan artists are not very aggressive when it comes to putting their music out there.
Right.
Which brings to the question of urban tone. There are those who feel that urban tone is music that will not last the trend of time. It will be just like a trend. Within a few, itakuwa imeisha. What do you feel about that?
I think at the end of the day, you know, the reason why we have so many different musicians doing very many different things is because there's always a fan for something. So as much as there are people who are saying that urban tone is going to just, you know, blow up and then die off after some time, there are people who are going to still be listening to urban tone. So you really can't have that opinion and sit and say, you know, urban tone doesn't work for me, so it's going to die. No, it's going to die for you, but it's going to work for other people. So at the end of the day, I mean, you know, you want to do a kind of music, do it. You'll always have fans because there's always going to be somebody who's going to listen to you. Yeah.
And of course, the other day we saw that there was a bit of a conflict online with Stoopid Boy and Dr. Ofweneke. So they feel that right now the media should start paying artists for interviews. And you are someone who has been in the music industry and also in the media industry for a very long time. What do you feel about that?
I think at the end of the day, it's really a catch-22 because we need each other. As an artist, if you release something new or you have an album or you have a project or you have a launch of something, you need the media to kind of publicize it for you. So that is you going to them. So for you to expect that they're going to pay you for something like that, then that's outrageous. But at the end of the day, we also see that for example, a presenter would probably want to up their game or up their show by having somebody who's relevant, somebody who's trending. So if they need you, then they have to pay you. So I think at the end of the day, it's really about who's seeking who. If I'm seeking you, if I'm looking for an opportunity to come and like launch my album, or I'm trying to release my new music or advertise a certain project that I'm doing, then I think you take it upon yourself to actually say, you know, I'd like to do this. Can I give this amount of money? This is what I'm paying for. This is what my budget is. At the end of the day, or rather on the other side, if the presenter is the one who's looking for you because you're the one who's trending, you've done something that's out there and everyone wants to hear from you, then if they're looking for you, they need to pay you. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it depends on where it's coming from. Yeah.
Okay, about why we are here. We are here because you have a concert on the 25th, right? What unique thing will you do on that day that it's different from what people have been doing?
Well, you know, it's very weird to talk about what your plans are and what happens on the day. Like I mentioned in the presser, is that sometimes you might plan something, and then when you get on stage, the vibe that you're feeling from the people either motivates you to do more or motivates you to do less. So you have to read the crowd at the end of the day. So I might have my plans and what I actually plan to do, but it might change on the day. So I really don't like to talk about, oh, so I'm thinking maybe I'll do this kind of song and then at this point I'll do this. No. I don't like to talk about that because it might change on stage. And a lot of things change. I think I need people to understand that when we go on stage and when we're performing, we may have rehearsed some things, but it changes as we go because you have to read the room, you have to read the crowd, you have to go with the changes that are there.
What other artists are we expecting on that day?
So
apart from you and Nameless, okay.
Okay, so Okello Max, Nameless, myself, King Kanja, and of course Bobby Valentino and Horace Brown. And I like the fact that they've brought these two artists from the States, because Horace Brown represents a very different generation of R&B, and then Bobby Valentino is the more recent, which is exactly what is happening here. We've got Okello Max, who's a more recent artist, and then you've got Nameless and myself, who've started like over 20 years ago. So that whole, because R&B is it's timeless. That's the beauty about R&B music. And so I like the fact that we're representing that on this level in Kenya, and on the level of the American artists who are coming through.
And Sana, the last time you were on stage, people were very conflicted with what you were wearing. Are we expecting the same right now? People almost like wanted to like put Sana in a box, like she should not wear that. Maybe she should wear something else that maybe covers her body more. What do you feel about that?
I think at the end of the day, like I say, everyone has an opinion, and I only do things that I'm comfortable with, and I was comfortable with that. It really does not matter to me if somebody feels that that's not the way I should have dressed. It's like the same thing I say every time on social media. If you don't like what I'm doing, then unsubscribe, unfollow. It's really that simple. You don't have to be stressing yourself, having sleepless nights because, oh, somebody has done something wrong and you're following them. Just unfollow. So for me, that was a comfortable outfit. I liked it. I liked how I looked. If people are not comfortable with it because they've put me in a certain box where they're thinking, oh, but you started such a long time ago, and at this point you should be like this and like that, that's your opinion. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. Yeah, so it really didn't bother me at all.
It's amazing at how strong you are, just being able to like deal with the trolls and everything, because right now we're seeing a lot of musicians and artists are getting through depression. We're seeing people act differently. How have you built the stamina over time to deal with the hate and the comments and everything?
I'm not going to stand here and lie and say that it was easy when I started. I started when I was 18, turning 19. And at that time, I thought everything was black and white. Like, if you portray yourself in a certain way, then people are going to treat you in a certain way. But sometimes you may portray yourself as a good person, and then people still troll you at the end of the day. So I had to grow a very, very tough skin. And now I realize that I used to pay too much attention to opinions that don't matter. At the end of the day, if you're true to yourself, if you believe in what you're doing, then you can't be deterred. So how do I deal with trolls? I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst thing you could ever do is respond. That is what is called fueling the fire. Don't respond. But you've got to know that if I'm doing this, I believe in this, then you will not be affected. But if you're doing it because other people are doing it and you're feeling like you need to sit in with the trends, and then you are attacked for that, then you might have a problem and you might feel like you need to justify yourself. So only do something that you don't need to justify at the end of the day. Yeah.
The other day when you were on stage, we saw Sana breaking down. What was happening at that particular time?
Well, I sang a sad song. Well,
There was nothing else that triggered what happened?
no, I don't think so. No, okay, well, I think for me, what really moves me is having a crowd that sings along to my songs. And to sing Amina and to see young people who were probably less than 10 years old when I released that song, singing that song when I'm performing it, that moves me. So I think that's basically what happened. I know people over-exaggerated. They said, oh my God, I cried and no. I just had a moment of gratitude, for my fans.
Okay.
I did.
So musically, what are you expecting next from Sana?
I have some music coming out this year. I know it's been since 2021? I haven't released anything. So this year I do have a couple of songs, hopefully by July.
Are we still looking at the R&B sexy vibe? We're looking for something new.
Well, Sana. Sana does a little bit of everything. I'm very versatile. I've done a reggae song, I've done your pop music, I've done your R&B, I've done your Swahili, almost touching on Tarab. So I'm a little bit of everything. So I can't really tell you what's going to make it to the final album. Yeah.
You are a legend in our... Where did you come from? We know you as a legend to our music industry in Kenya. Maybe what's your take on urban tone?
On urban tone? I'm going to play it safe. I don't like to critique. Is my lip coming off? Jesus. I don't like to critique on anyone's kind of style or the music that's working or that's trending because I believe there's a fan for everything. And so urban tone is urban tone. If people like it, people like it. Gengeton is gengeton. If people like it, people like it. Maybe I don't like it. Maybe I do like it. Maybe I like Kenyan dancehall. Maybe I don't. I leave that very free because I believe everyone should be given the opportunity to appreciate the music that they like. Yeah.
And acting,
What about acting? What about it?
okay, do you have any other project in acting coming up?
I
Yeah?
do. So I have done a limited series for Netflix that's supposed to come out this year. I'm playing a very, very opposite character to Nana Tandala, not the very bossy kind of person. And then I do have a movie that I shot in 2023. Not sure when that's coming out, but hopefully soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Thank
We're
you.
looking forward to the event. Of course, how can we get the tickets?
See you, Nini. Follow.
Oh,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.